If it ain't painfully obvious, I'm black. So, with that being stated, as a 22-year-old black man, um, it's very interesting and frankly upsetting to see how much hatred is spread towards the likes of myself, my elders, my ancestors, and our children. This video specifically, it's not at all gonna attack every single point, but just what's on my mind right now. I'm gonna do this a lot on this channel where I don't speak about everything in just one specific video, but it's more so like where I'm just ranting and I'm just speaking about what I'm currently feeling. It's gonna help my consistency because at some points, like I'm very scatterbrained, but unified at the same time. So it's kind of strange. Um, some points pop into my head that I just speak about, and I feel very passionately about at that very point in time, and I feel like I just have to get it out. So yeah, that's just gonna be the ebbs and flows of this channel. But as you guys become more familiar with me, you're gonna be and I'm more familiar with this talking. It's gonna be a lot more uniform and a lot more palatable, a lot more able to take in. Um, but yeah. So I just am very in. I don't know how to say this. I'm very upset at the way that they are attacking our children currently. Um, whether you look at the case with Cyrus Belton, or Cyrac Belton, I'm mistaken. Let me look up his name. But Carmelo Anthony with a K, Trayvon Martin, Cohen Wiley, that 1 year old baby. That's the one that really got me. And while every single one, every single time I've been seeing these things, it very deeply upsets me. Cohen Wiley specifically, when I found out about that last week, is what prompted even this channel heavily. It made me just, I can't be quiet any longer. I can no longer ignore politics and not play a role in future generations if a 1 year old child could be unalived in 2026. I know there's a lot of things going on in the Middle East. I know there's a lot of other things going on in other worlds. But me, as a black person, I have to fight for me and mine first. Now, once the playing field is level, that's when I could go out and branch out and support a lot of other things. But predominantly right now, as a 22-year-old with nephews who range from 19 years of age, 20 years, from 20 years of age to I have an unborn niece that's going to be born in August, but my youngest nephew is 2 years old. It's it's very upsetting to see the way that these children's lives are not being cared for. It's very upsetting to see how these children aren't allowed to be children. And like I said, I was going to look it up. Let me look. His name, Cyrus Carmack Belton. Yeah, that 14-year-old child that was unalived by a 60-year-old store owner, Asian store owner. Cyrus is black. It's hard not to make everything about race when America is about race. It's very difficult to not make everything about race when literally my people were not seen as people because of their race. You feel what I'm saying? So everything is about race. everything I've experienced has been about race. Everything, my whole life has been about race. I knew I was black before I knew I was a boy. When I was in my mother's stomach, my mother's black, my father's black. They knew it was going to be a black child. So I was black before they knew I was Anthony Willie Green Jr. You feel what I'm saying? So these children are being targeted in so many different ways, in ways that they are unaware of. I'm being attacked in ways that I am unaware of. It's just so difficult to get to everything. But telephones, headphones, AirPods, things like that are literally have sensors that monitor your brain waves and how you react to things. Your phone is always listening. Your MacBook is always listening. Anything is always listening. TVs can turn into microphones and everything can be heard. Cars can be taken control of and you could get into an accident that was 100% not your fault. So it's like everything is being monitored. Everything is being controlled. Everything is being manipulated. So with that, I try not to be overly anxious or overly cautious or overly paranoid is the word. And I understand my place and I understand who I am and I understand what I am to be. And I understand that I'm more powerful than all of these entities because of all of these entities have to combine to make me weaker. And I'm still not weak. What does that say about how strong I am? What does that say about how strong you are? If all of these entities have to come together to take advantage of you, all of these things, all of this history has to be thoughtfully, meticulously implemented onto you so that you can be less than what you are to be. What does that say about who you are? And what does that say about what you could be without all of these things? What does that say? Okay, let me just be frank. If you can bench press 135, but you can't bench press 225, and there's a lot of things stopping you from reaching 225. When you do reach 225 and you climb all of those hurdles from 135 to 225, you are stronger than the person that could just already bench press 225 just naturally. Y'all might say, hey, there's nobody that can bench press naturally. Unfortunately, I was one of the people that could bench press 225 just because I played football and I was born into a family that has a whole bunch of brothers and stuff. So the first time I could bench press, it wasn't just 225, but I could bench press 225 within a month or two. So it was never really a big thing to me. But I'm just saying, the person that you have carefully crafted in the process of going from 135 to 225 has a stronger mindset, has a stronger willpower, has a more dedicated focus, has more motivation, has more consistency. It's a stronger individual, not just physically, but mentally, psychologically, emotionally. You had to fight through a lot of different hurdles and a lot of different things just to be what you are. So, with that being said, these children being attacked. I can notice it. I see my nephews. I see them being pushed AI slop. I see them being pushed a lot of homosexual propaganda. I see them being pushed a lot of what is it? What's the word for it? Heterosexual propaganda. They are children, babies. I have nephews. I'm specifically talking about my nephews who are 11 years and younger. They are very unaware of what's being pushed onto them by YouTube Shorts, by TikTok, by Instagram Reels. They don't have Instagram, but some of them have TikTok. All of them could access YouTube Shorts. And when I go and I see things like AI Fruit Slop talking about cuh every 10 seconds, every 2 seconds, and perpetuating hypersexual tropes onto these children, or when I go and I go on the internet and I can see that a 1-year old has been unalived by modern day slave catcher police because that's where they originated from. They originated from slave catching, and I understand everything is about race because literally every system that we have placed today has been built upon the pedestalization of one individual or a group of individuals and the oppression of another group of individuals. And it's not just black and white, because a lot of white women have been placed under as well. A lot of poor white men have been placed under as well. So, but I'm speaking for my black people and my black children. Right now, specifically, this is for the black children. It's sickening to see what's being done to them. It's sickening to see that they're being attacked and not viewed as children every single day. Yesterday, I saw 2 kids go to the University of Miami, 2 children, 12, they were between ages of 12 and 14. I don't know. They were riding bikes, they were fishing, and it made me smile. Damn near made me cry because I understand how much of a struggle my predecessors had to go through just to allow me to graduate from that university and to allow me to sit on campus, look at water, and read my journal. So to see those kids able to enjoy being children made me happy, because often too many times today, our black children are not allowed to be children. They're seen as adults. They're treated as adults. They're demeaned. They're told that they're worthless, and they're told that they're dangerous just for existing. They're told that they're violent just for existing, just for being children. And I went through it as well. So I just want our children to know that there are people that love them. And eventually I want to start giving back in ways that have been done before and haven't been done before. Giving back in ways, I want to introduce new viewpoints and introduce new ways of caring for the community, caring for people that is frankly needed in these point in time. Because, like I said, they're coming for our kids. They're teaching kids that they're less than, so that they grow up to be less than, so that they grow up to conform, and they grow up to still be taken advantage of, and they're seen as 3/5 of a human being. But hey, I'm gonna delve more and more into this as the channel continues to progress. But as of right now, this is all the time that I have. But yeah, I'm gonna likely expand on this topic tomorrow. I just needed to come and say that they're attacking our children in so many different ways. And something must be done. And I'm willing to be the person that eventually does it.